Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Wednesday means it's Wild Card Wednesday here in Instant Deck Tech land, and this week we're heading back to Legacy to check out a combo that I have never seen played before in competitive Magic. This deck is super sweet. It is Saproling-a-monium. Comes to us from the Japanese scene. A player by the name of Kobayashi Jun took it to a top 8 finish at a recent Japanese Legacy event, so congrats to Kobayashi on their finish with the deck. A quick reminder before we break down Saproling-a-monium: if you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So let's talk Saproling-a-monium, and this is basically a combo deck, a really unique combo deck. So, key combo piece number 1 is Saproling Burst, and this used to be played in Standard, does not see play in Legacy. It's a 5-mana enchantment, has fading 7, and when the fade counters are gone, the Saproling Burst leaves the battlefield. But the trick here is you can remove a counter to make a Saproling token that has power and toughness equal to the number of fade counters on Saproling Burst. So you play the Saproling Burst, right away you can remove a counter, you get a 6/6 Saproling. If you remove another counter, you'll get 2 5/5 Saprolings. Your first one will go from a 6 to a 5, your second one will be a 5/5, then you can make a 4/4, a 3/3, a 2/2. The problem is these don't really stick around. However, we have a way to use this to kill our opponent right away, and that is Pandemonium, a 4-mana enchantment that says when a creature comes into play, the creature's controller may have it deal damage equal to its power to target creature or player. So if you think about the math here, you get both of these on the battlefield, assuming your Saproling Burst is full power. You can remove a fade counter, make a 6/6, deal 6 to your opponent, remove a fade counter, make a 5/5, deal 5 more to your opponent, that's 11, remove another one, that's 4 more damage, up to 15, another one, that's 3 more damage, up to 18, another one, that's 2 more damage, up to 20. So this combo, assuming you start with the Saproling Burst at full power, allows you to just kill your opponent on the spot by removing all the fade counters, or most of the fade counters from Saproling Burst. Of course, it's a bit slow for Legacy. Pandemonium, 4 mana, Saproling Burst, 5 mana. That takes a while, especially in a world of Wastelands and Force of Wills, but the deck has a super sweet plan to do all of this right away, and that is Replenish, and Replenish does 2 really sweet things for the deck. First off, it lets it play the combo from the graveyard, so this is actually kind of an enchantment combo reanimation style deck. So you cast Replenish, you get all enchantments from your graveyard back into play. So that means your Pandemonium, that means your Saproling Burst. So on level 1, we can just get our Saproling Burst and Pandemoniums into the graveyard, and then we're able to just reanimate them, win the game on the spot as soon as we resolve Replenish. Replenish, of course, only 4 mana, so we don't have to wait as long. The other thing is, Replenish lets us get back combo pieces that get countered. So one of the things that would be devastating in this deck is Force of Will. We play our Pandemonium, we go to Saproling Burst for the win, our opponent forces it. Replenish gives us a way to kind of fight through that by getting it back from the graveyard. The other aspect of this deck is basically stocking our graveyard, and that's kind of the primary plan. While we're fine with just playing the combo naturally, we really want to be getting it in the graveyard. So Intuition is super sweet. Lets us search for 3 cards, reveal them to an opponent, 1 goes in our hand, the rest go in the graveyard, so we can use this to search like Saproling Burst, Saproling Burst, Saproling Burst, and we're guaranteed to get 2 Saproling Bursts in the graveyard, 1 in our hand. We can also search like Saproling Burst, Pandemonium, Pandemonium. We're going to get some combination of those cards in our hand, so it's a great way to put together the combo. We also have just a bunch of ways to naturally put cards in our graveyard. Thought Scour and Mental Note, which is kind of a Thought Scour, lets us cycle and put 2 cards in our graveyard, hopefully milling our Pandemoniums, our Saproling Bursts, and Careful Studies, the original Faithless Looting. No flashback, but you just draw 2, discard 2, another way to stock the graveyard. The rest of the main deck, Brainstorm and Ponder, just help help us filter through our deck, find our combo pieces, find our intuitions, find our thought scours, all the stuff we need to actually win the game. And then Force of Will gives us some protection, so if our opponent forces a combo piece, we can force back. Also keeps us alive against opposing combos. And then one Detention Sphere, which is basically just a catch-all removal spell with the upside that we can mill it, get it back when we replenish, get rid of a Jace, or whatever our opponent has that's ruining our plans. As far as the mana base, a couple of unique lands. Ancient Tomb just helps us accelerate. If we're on the natural combo plan where we want to cast Pandemonium and Sapling Burst from hand, this just speeds us up by a turn at the cost of some life. Karakas is to bounce opposing Emeralds and Grizzlebrands and so forth. Otherwise, bunch of fetch lands, a bunch of original duels, and of course some basic lands. Perhaps my favorite part of the deck is the sideboard plan. So this combo is pretty reliant on the graveyard. Like I said, you can play it naturally, but most of the time the plan is to be milling it and getting it back, which means that graveyard removal, that everyone in Legacy plays because of dredge and decks like that, is going to be very good against our combo. But we have a super sweet plan, and that is to transform from this combo deck into basically a blue-white Stoneforge deck. So we can actually just take out the entire combo. Take out Sapling Burst, take out Pandemonium. This gets rid of most of the graveyard-based stuff, get rid of our replenishes, that kind of stuff, and we're able to bring in these 8 cards, and our opponent most likely is going to take out their creature removal, because creature removal doesn't stop the combo. The creature's still going to enter, still going to deal damage. Swords to Plowshare, Toxic Deluge, and the like isn't a way to fight Sapling Burst Pandemonium. So our opponent's going to take that stuff out, bring in graveyard hate, so we take out the stuff that cares about the graveyard, bring in these creatures, and then we just turn to Stoneforge, put a Batterskull into play, get a True Name Nemesis, beat our opponent down, and make their Rest in Peace and Leyline in the Void look pretty silly. The rest of the sideboard just gives us some more interaction. Grafdigger's Cage lets us fight opposing graveyard decks, Leyline to protect against discard, and another Detention Sphere, helpful post-board if our opponents bring in Leylines of Sanctity and stuff like that, and that is Saproling-a-monium for Legacy, and that's our Wildcard Wednesday instant deck tech for this week. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.